question for me?
Yes, I do. So I see accident lawyer commercials and advertisements promoting similar services all the time. How can you tell the difference between them?
And that's a really good question. So I see the same thing when I'm around town. I see billboards, I see commercials, and there are a lot of attorneys out there, a lot of injury attorneys out there. One of the things that, for example, makes us different is the long history that we have in Bakersfield. We've been in Bakersfield for 87 years or so, so we have a long history of being here. We know Kern County. You can't be in a place for 87 years and not know Kern County. The county knows us as well. Another way that you can tell is whether or not you have access to an attorney. So if you call their office and you're able to meet with an attorney here in town, then that's one way that you can tell the difference between law firms, right? If they are willing to meet with you in your initial consult, sometimes we see attorneys from out of the county, out of the city, from LA that will never meet with you. You'll never talk to an attorney. You will sometimes talk to a secretary that will just convey messages to you. That's one way to tell whether or not that law firm is reputable and if you're going to get the type of services and information that you need for your case. So another way to distinguish between law firms or attorneys is you can look at their address. So you can see whether they are from another city and they're just simply trying to recruit business in Bakersfield. Some of the LA attorneys will just come to Bakersfield because LA is what we would call a saturated market. That means that there are a lot of attorneys there. So they kind of have to resort to going to other cities, hoping to recruit people, hoping that they will not notice that they're not from the city. For example, in our firm, attorneys just like myself, we went to high school here, we're from the community, and so therefore we practice and we really care about the people here in Kern County.
So what out of all of these traits do you feel is the most important to look for?
I think for me, if I were searching for an attorney, I would want someone that specializes in the area of law that I need. For example, if I need a cardiologist, I'm going to go to a cardiologist. I'm not going to go to a general practitioner if I'm looking for a doctor. And the same is true for lawyers. If I have an injury, I want to get an attorney that focuses on injury, whether that be workers' compensation or personal injury. I would like someone that practices in that area, that knows the area and knows where I was injured and how it's going to affect my case. They're going to be able to explain that to me in person if it's necessary. If a law firm advertises a series of different services, right? So they do DUIs, bankruptcies, personal injury, workers' compensation. That should tell you that they don't specialize on anything in particular. For example, in our firm, we're experts in injury. I am a certified legal specialist in workers' compensation, and the other attorneys are specialists in personal injury or workers' compensation. So we are a very specialized law firm that really services injured people in Kern County. Unfortunately, sometimes I also get clients that have called an LA attorney and without their knowledge, their cases were filed in LA. So they get a phone call saying, hey, you have to show up in Marina del Rey tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning without them knowing that their case had been venued elsewhere. So for us, it's very important that people know that their cases will be venued here, their attorneys will be venued here, and that all the work in their case will be focused here.
Thank you so much for answering my questions today and for having me here.
No, thank you and good luck.